Good morning. We have another round of Dream Jobs. This is Dream Jobs' fourth analysis. So, this round, once again, you are picking one from the collection of Dream Jobs, and you are responsible to do one writing prompt and take one quiz. Again, anything beyond the one writing prompt and one quiz counts as extra credit. So if you do more than the one writing prompt and more than the one quiz, that counts as extra credit. So if you do anything beyond that, you get extra points. So you can do even more than one of the dream jobs, meaning you can do more than one of the profiles and get extra points, which I highly recommend, especially since we're getting close to the end of the second quarter. So if you'd like to boost your grade towards the end, this would be the time to do it. So let's go through the profiles. Our first one is the dream job of a mayor. Now, this isn't necessarily something that, as soon as you get out of high school, you become mayor, though that is something that you could do in some locations. But the dream job of a mayor is something that some people aspire to. So, in this profile, you can see what it takes to work towards that, and it explains the process of going into local politics. This profile includes the activity of a Power Words activity. So again, that would be something that you could do as an extra credit activity if you so choose. Our next profile is that of a designer. So this one also offers not only two writing prompts, but a Power Words activity. So that gives you two extra credit opportunities. So let's look at what we're talking about in terms of a designer. Now, essentially, what we're looking at is landscape and interior design, and it gives you a little bit of some background into what type of artistic constructs it means to go into art design. And it gives you a little bit of the requirements that it would take to go into artistic design. Next up is an urban planner. Again, we have two writing prompts, so you'd have your choice, as well as a Power Words activity. And essentially, an urban planner is somebody that is working for a city in terms of trying to design city spaces in order to make sure that they are able to withstand the challenges that they face in terms of natural disasters, being able to be prepared for challenges that they might face. Think of like major storms, cataclysmic events that would otherwise cripple a major metropolitan area. And urban planners, the reason why you would want to have an urban planner is that you would want them to come up with ways to make sure that your city is functioning in a way that it's going to be able to best respond to these situations and move forward in the best way possible. So an urban planner is essentially going to be someone that handles that. And the article explains how they do that and what kind of training and education they go through. And there's a lot of interesting components to the job, as well as what other actions they are responsible for taking, what kind of education they need to have. And it really gives you a lot of very interesting information about what her experience is like and what it takes to work in that industry. Our next profile is that of an airline pilot. Again, 2 different writing prompts, an activity on power words. And for this one, we're looking at a commercial airline pilot. You could also look into private airline pilots. There will be an activity about a different type of flyer in a different grouping. But essentially, what types of training and expertise it takes to go into the airline industry, and it's an interview about her experiences. Next up is a volcanologist. Now, this one has 3 different writing prompts. So you can choose to just answer the one, or you can choose to go after 2 or all 3. Now, in this job, this is literally a scientist that is working for NASA and exploring what it is that causes volcanoes to function the way that they do on this planet, and why they might function this way, and perhaps what their unique qualities are that can be used to give us insights for how volcanoes function in other planetary forms, because there are volcanoes on other planets, such as Mars. So, very interesting occupation, very interesting option to go into. Next up, we have a plumber. Again, 2 writing prompts that are available, and this job gives you some basic information about an individual who not only is a plumber but comes from a family line of plumbers. So, giving you the experience of working in a family business that has basically been like a family trade that has been passed down from generations. Next up, we have an interpreter. And in this one, we have 2 writing prompts again. This one is a language interpreter for, I believe we've got, hang on, I want to make sure I get all of the languages correct. Punjabi, Hindi, Urdu, and English. And she started off as an English as a second language teacher, and then went on to be a translator for multiple settings, working as a court translator, and essentially providing a voice for people in courtroom settings. And our last profile for today is that of a geneticist. So for this one, again, we have 3 different writing prompts that you can respond to. And essentially, with this situation, we have a profile of a geneticist working with genetic data, analyzing how genetics can be beneficial for scientific research. So that is our various profiles that you can work with today. When you are finished, as always, you can refer back to the Jamboard or classwork page. Remember our 3 categories that you can work on: planning for the future, mindfulness, and Newsela. Those are the 3 active categories. That's it for today. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.